Breaking news coming in. The Supreme Court is all set to deliver a verdict on the bail pleas of Umar Khalid, Sharjeel Imam and other accused in the Delhi riots larger conspiracy case. This is to happen on Monday, is the latest that is just coming in. The Supreme Court will be delivering its verdict on the bail pleas of Umar Khalid, Sharjeel Imam and other accused in the Delhi riots larger conspiracy case. After this weekend on Monday is when those bail pleas will be heard. This is coming at a time when we also saw that intervention, that statement from Zohran Mamdani, but the matter all set to be heard and the verdict to be delivered on the bail pleas of Umar Khalid, Sharjeel Imam and other accused in the Delhi riots case. Nalini Sharma joining us on the phone line with further details of what's expected to happen on Monday.
Yes, Aisha, on Monday we're expecting the big order from the Supreme Court as to whether or not all of these accused, Delhi riots accused, including Umar Khalid, Sharjeel Imam, Gulfisha Fatima and two others, whether or not they will finally be granted bail by the Supreme Court in the larger conspiracy case related to the 2020 Delhi riots or not. The Supreme Court is going to answer that on Monday. Remember, this is the second time that this entire matter has gone through the entire court hierarchical cycle and has come back to the Supreme Court for a decision, where the Supreme Court has been hearing arguments on several days before this, and after which the order was reserved and it's finally set to be pronounced on Monday now, and it's a much anticipated order, mainly due to the kind of politics that has been surrounding not only the original Delhi riots case, but then correspondingly also the aspect of bail and why all of these accused were not getting bail despite being in jail for close to 6 years now. So it remains to be seen what the Supreme Court will do, whether or not this time around finally bail will be granted to all of these accused, and all of that's awaited on Monday when the verdict is going to be pronounced.
Oh yes, absolutely, Nalini. And so much has been spoken with regards to Umar Khalid not being granted bail in terms of the charges against him and even what the investigation has led to so far, whether it's a conspiracy or not. And we have seen several voices to that effect. While this will be critical to what the court says on Monday, how is the case really building up?
Well, Aisha, just to bring a little bit context, this case is specifically with regard to whether or not there was a larger conspiracy hatched with regard to the entire Delhi riots that had been orchestrated back in 2020. So it was the case of the Delhi police before the trial court, the Delhi High Court, and then even before the Supreme Court, that the violence that had broken out in February 2020 was in fact part of a larger conspiracy that all of these accused had hatched together. They were part of several WhatsApp groups during which it was discussed how the violence is to be perpetrated on certain days in February 2020. Especially, it was around the time that the US President Donald Trump was making a visit to India. So keeping all of that in mind, the Delhi police had built its case about how there was a larger conspiracy behind the violence. It wasn't a spontaneous violence that had occurred at that time. While on the other hand, the defense lawyers had very vehemently argued about the fact that all of these are still under trial accused. The trial in the case is still ongoing before the Karkaduma court, which is why it's important that they're given the benefit of bail, not jail, and allowed to be out on bail during the time that the trial is still ongoing. Remember, like I told you, they've been in jail for almost 5 years, even though they have been getting interim bail. Umar Khalid just a few days back managed to get 2 weeks interim bail for his sister's wedding, after which he had to report back to Tihar jail. But at the same time, they've not managed to secure regular bail from the court in this matter. And it's now up to the Supreme Court to decide as to whether or not this bail is going to be granted. There are a total of 6 accused who are going to be impacted by the verdict that's going to be given on Monday, including Umar Khalid, Sharjeel Imam, Gulfisha Fatma, Miran Haider, Shadab Ahmed and Mohammad Khalid Khan. All of these are accused in Delhi riots case, and it remains to be seen what the Supreme Court does on Monday for Asia.
Oh yes, absolutely. And we'll come to you for all the latest updates. Nalini, many thanks for getting us the latest.